Alrighty, so here we are back playing some more Tropico 6, and we are on to episode number 4 of our conservative island playthrough. And in the last episode we made some pretty decent progress, started building onto our skyline, our downtown skyline a bit. In this episode we definitely want to continue the progress, so let's get into it. So here we are, and we now have rich people rolling in. Some rich tourist, homeless families, plenty of vacant homes, unemployed. We need some new job sites. I want to start replacing all of our plantations. This mega plantation served us well. I want to start replacing these with hydroponic plantations, and I also kind of want something a bit more focused, because this is giving us one of each crop type in the whole game, which is good for like some early economy, but it would be nice if instead I was only focusing specifically on certain things. So let's give some considerations to which hydroponic plantations we want to build up. Each of these is going to require 30 electricity, 30 megawatts of power. And we're sitting on kind of a lot. Maybe this is... oh no, we built our nuclear power plant. We're going to need to hire in some foreign workers, so let's go ahead and do that. But our nuclear power plant is finished. So that's going to be a lot of electricity once it finally gets fully funded. So let's max out the budget on all of our mines. Change all of their work modes to profit protocol. That is very good. We're starting to make like a lot of consistent money as well, which is really nice. Bank's up and running. Check out the statistics. I'm not sure, but I feel like the bank should be making more money than $68 or $685 a month. I feel like it's kind of been like this for a while. I thought the cap was near 100,000. But I'm not too sure. I might have to do some testing with this, like save up a bunch of in-game money and then, well, I'll just have to test it sometime. Check in on our offices. 1,400 from corporate business, 500 from that one. Solid business is giving us 300, and then official business, which is going to be the lowest because we don't have that many people working in finance. This one's consumer business. So, well, we'll worry about more college jobs later. We really need to focus on our plantations today. So let's go ahead and start trying to replace all of these ones. These 6 here. I don't want to like throw all of the plantations just like in like a huge area, kind of something similar to this. I mean, it's valid to get your hydroponic plantations and do that, but I kind of want to mix it up, make it look a little more thoughtful. Like, it'd be nice if there's like some plantations here, some plantations there, and then a couple more over here. So let's specifically look at what we need. We have a rum distillery, and we have a cannery, which is canning up pineapple and coffee. So let's do pineapple, coffee, and sugar, if I can help it, and then one of each of the food types. Pineapple definitely, and then I kind of want a lot of corn, so maybe what we can do here is, maybe something that we can do here is like 3 corn and 1 pineapple. Reason we want more corn is that we can use the corn for the factory ranches. So let's go ahead and do 1, 2, then let's consider going through and deleting this road up a bit. So there's 1, 2 corn, 3 corn, and then our pineapple. So there is all of that. We'll leave the roads like this for now. We'll come back later on and, well, you know what, let's do it all now. I want to demolish all of this so it's like that. And then I want to build a road like this, just something a little more organized and neat. There we go. Okay. So we have this 2x2 here I just seen, and I can't really think of anything specifically that I want to build here. I wonder if there's a way to get like fast food joints and give a higher service quality than 59. Minister of Economy, budget modifier, but it's just so low, man. The radio station's giving its 5-point bonus as well, but we're down to like 59. The fast food joint seems like one of the worst buildings to build in the game. Seems like you're never gonna get even a decent service quality. Like 59 is just so low. We changed them to free delivery, which is lowering service quality by 10, so 69 is where it could be at, but I don't know. It just seems so terrible. Okay, so here is a couple of plantations coming through, so we can get rid of the corn and the pineapple. So corn and pineapple, these two. We're not using tobacco, and then we can do banana. So maybe what I can do is delete all of these plantations, and then start building up this neighborhood here. Build like a small military base here, like kind of up in this area. Make it kind of squarish, so I'll round it off. Like the idea of it at least, and then build a couple military buildings within our like squared off area. I think that'll be neat. And then we want to do some sugar plantations. We probably don't need too many, maybe just 2, and that'll probably be good forever. Yes. Then I want to focus a bit more on some industrial buildings. I want to fill in this area with as many as possible. In terms of some just like easy jobs, what we should do is build up some radioactive pineapples. I guess they're not radioactive today. Either way, I want to build this up real quick. So there's that, max out the budget of course, get both of the upgrades. Just allow local consumption, that's fine. That's probably enough pineapples to like fuel our economy forever in terms of building or getting all of our groceries stocked up with some coconuts. Did I say pineapples? I meant coconuts. And I kind of want to find a space, for some logging camps. I mean, might as well. Put one here, perhaps one here, maybe one here and one here. This area I feel like should be green, but it's not, but that's fine. Build a straight road that comes down to here, and then we can quickly connect these guys on up. And connect this road to here. Okay, so let's go ahead and quick build these up. We have the money for these very cheap buildings, max out the budget, giving us a wage of 10. I mean, we could do tree nursery, I've never really done it, and we can pick up chainsaws as well. So now we're gonna start getting a lot of trees, and I'm gonna want to turn this all into some planks. So let's go ahead and consider where we can build a lumber mill. Here seems fine. Quick build that as well. Max out the budget. We can do hasty. Nah, we'll leave it on efficient debarking for now. If we have like a humongous surplus of logs from these logging camps here, we'll change this to hasty debarking. For now though, that seems fine. We can do power saw, I guess, finger insurance. Power saw is going to allow us to consume more logs, getting more planks out. And that's fine. So we have plenty of jobs now. Previously we were sort of struggling with it. And I should consider to build up something for our tourists to do. However, they can... Do we have a parking deck downtown? I believe we do. So tourists can show up here, and then they can briefly walk over to the downtown area. And if they want to visit something decent, they can get in this parking deck and drive anywhere there's road access. Of which we have road access here and here. So tourists should be coming down to our ancient ruins, but not really getting people to visit it quite yet, so. Our economy doesn't really rely on tourism, so not the end of the world, but I do eventually want to get them to visit that area. Homeless families. Someone commented something, and they commented this today of the recording, and as a matter of fact, I feel rather dumbfounded that I didn't think of this previously. They said just pause the buildings for poor people. All of the rich and well-off people will go find a new home, and then you can just unpause the building. And that sort of made me realize just like how daft I can be sometimes. That's like the most simple way to deal with the issue. Either way, that's a really good tip. So if you're ever, like, I'm always complaining about it, and even in the beginner's guide I made, like right here we have flop houses right next to this clinic, so the doctors who are rich are gonna try and live in these flop houses, and so that might restrict access for the poor people to get housing. And so all you need to do is pause it, wait a little bit of time, they'll find new housing, then unpause it, and the poor housing will be open for the poor people. So that's a pretty decent little tip. We don't really need to worry about it right now, specifically because no, poor people don't have homes. It's just the well-off and rich people. And so what I'm curious about is going to the almanac, checking residential overlays. So we have lots of people living in all of our housing, so let's go ahead and unpause all of these houses. And there we go. So that's a lot of additional housing unpaused. Now what I'm curious about is, let's go through to our economy, just press play while we're looking at this. Check out revenue, local services, rents, houses, 43,000, that's it. I thought it'd be higher. So we made 43,000 off of the rents from the houses. Let's see how much we're spending on them. Upkeep. And come on down to wherever it is. House, where's houses? Oh, I'm looking at wages. Upkeep. Houses. So 15,000. So 15,000 we spent on it, and 43,000 we've collected off of it. So almost a net profit of, what is that? Almost 30,000. That's really good. So rents are a viable decision. Let's go check on these. Let's max out their budgets. Disallow local consumption. So it's going to be probably enough corn for the rest of the playthrough. The reason we need corn is all of our factory ranches require a corn input. So that's why we went with the corn first. On top of just being food that we can supply our groceries with. But this is really good. Pollination parcel increases efficiency of nearby pineapple plantations by 3%. So something rather interesting, something that you might want to check out in your own playthroughs is, quickly let's check out buildings that can take pineapples in terms of industry. We have the canneries with various work modes. On top of that, I believe there is something else. Maybe it's just canneries. Oh no, juiceries as well. So juiceries and canneries can work off of your pineapples. And so something interesting is, we can allow everyone to vote freely. Something interesting is pineapples have access to pollination parcel, increasing efficiency on nearby pineapple plantations. So if you like stacking modifiers, this is a decent option here. And what's interesting about it is, this, I believe, has no like stack cap. You can infinitely, I'm pretty sure. Well, I guess it's hard capped by how many plantations you can fit within an area. But my point is that you can put potentially an infinite amount of pineapple plantations all next to each other and giving each other these bonuses here, and just keep on getting these bonuses, 3%, 3%, 3%. And as you can see, it's a rather large area. So if you had a very large area full of a lot of pineapple plantations and they all had this bonus here, who knows how high you could get it. Potentially over 200. If they're all on almost free of nature, that's another 10-point bonus. Maybe throw in just 2 sugar plantations for 2 10% bonuses, stacking up to another 20%. So imagine a 20% bonus, that's 150, and then just as many 3% as you can throw on top, and then all of them would be getting all of those bonuses, allowing you to kind of create the pineapple island. An island where a humongous amount of islands pineapples are coming from, and then you can do your best to build up just as many canneries as possible. Just as an example, real quick, I will show you. why this could be very good. Let's go find pineapples. Pineapples, 1500 per 1,000 units of pineapples exported. Not that great, right? So you could get these very cheap things and turn them into canned goods, 3 times as much money. So producing as many canned goods as you possibly can. And juice, which is close to 5 times as much. Roughly close to 5 times, like 4.5 times as much. So you're producing as much juice and canned goods out of all of your pineapples as possible, allowing you to set up something that could potentially net you a lot of profit if you were hyper focused on it. Man, I hate how sometimes you get close to certain buildings and it just gets really loud. Why is our bomb status not going down? I'm pretty sure your nuclear bombs are supposed to eventually go down over time, but it seems like we're not really running into issues. Here we go with our helicopter coming to deliver some water. Nice. Win our election, of course we do. Checking on our population. Vacant homes, vacant jobs. Kind of have a lot of vacant jobs. I kind of want to wait just a little bit of time. Yeah, before I build up any more jobs, I want to wait until we're in a good, like a better spot. I was about to say gooder. I kind of want to build a fast food joint, like right here in the middle of our plaza. I think that fits rather well. The bus stations are working rather soundly. Looks like they're becoming fully efficient. All of our miners should be coming to... We should have a 3rd bus station here. And we do not. So let's quickly go through. Yeah, this one here doesn't have its bus station set up here. So as we can see, this one has a red one, that one has a red, that one. But this one does not. So let's place its ending bus stop. It was supposed to be here. And let's hope that it's got the correct blue one wherever it is. No, it does not. Okay, so I messed up the bus garages. Let's get this all taken care of real quick. So we see that 2 of them are bringing buses, or the population over here. These 2 are bringing people to the neighborhoods. So this one is supposed to be delivering people here. Okay, so that's taken care of. So that should be decent after a bit of time passes. All of our hotels are full, which is really nice. And what really sucks is that we have the money for the population, but we do not have the population for the money. So let's go ahead and I think what we do want is to get an immigration office just to passively start bringing in more people. Suppose that's fine. Let's go ahead and maybe just bring this road like this. I guess that'll work. Quick build, immigration office. And screw it, let's just hire in these specific 2 people. Security controls, why not? And eventually we're going to switch this to Tropico first. I don't really care about having skilled workers on the island. That's okay. We'll just leave it on open door to start bringing in more people than +7. It'll be a little bit higher. Let's go in ×2 speed for a little bit here. Okay. So, we dealt with the corn and we dealt with the pineapple. So, we don't need tobacco, but it is nice generating the money from this. Let's do banana and the sugar plantations. Now, 4 I think is like a good amount for like one little area. So let's try and find another little area where I want to fit in 4 more. How much ones did I say? So not tobacco, but we want the sugar and a banana. So going in our little counts of 4, I want to do 2 sugar, a banana, and we can do one other thing. Maybe the coffee will be fine here. Yes, I think that's a good decision. Hydroponic plantations, do 2 sugar. I guess here's a good spot. 2 sugar, let's go ahead and do our banana. And our coffee. I guess we can wrap the road around like that. Let's go ahead and demolish these 2 roads, these 3 roads. these 4 roads. Build it nice and squared off. Okay, we can just quick build all of this. Max out the budget again. Coffee bean processing, nice. Banana. Yeah. And the sugar, we can get fiber fertilization on these 2 here. Now typically I like trying to get fiber fertilization on all sorts of things. As we can see, 14 new people showed up instead of previously we were getting like 7. And that's probably solely due to our immigration office. However, I don't think the immigration office was actually functional at that time, so could be mistaken. Send helicopter putting out fires. Okay. Almost free of nature. This is going to require a lot of extra electricity, so I don't typically like doing this, although a 10% efficiency bonus on all of your plantations is nice. I mean, screw it. We have enough electricity with our nuclear power plant, and if we ever need to save some, that's one way to do so. So let's go ahead and switch all of them to almost free of nature. Quickly, 833 spare megawatts. Down to, so we're spending like 100 megawatts there. Let's go ahead and demolish all of our plantations. There's the 2 sugars. Here's the corn, pineapple, banana. Oh, so we have pineapple, banana, and then over there we have our corn. So it looks like everything can go. Okay, so now we are finally moving into.
What a great time to be alive! From future shock to road rage, technology has made everything better.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. I seen another comment recently, and someone was curious about the exact dimensions of my little city blocks here. And really, they could be a quarter of this size. They could be, I wouldn't really go too much larger than this because, you know, how many city blocks can you fit in this zone here, in this entire area? However, the exact dimensions don't really matter. It's all preference. And I rather arrived at this 17 by 17, or really this is an 18 by 18. But I decided on this, like the dimensions for this rather arbitrarily, like anything will work. This is just kind of what I've landed on. But I mean, as long as you're doing some like pretty good planning and yeah, like as long as you plan well, then anything will work. So the reason I chose this is because it just fits kind of well. Like there's these 4x4 corners. And then within these 4x4s, we can fit 2 rows of houses, a row of parks here, and then another row of houses. And each of these like sides can actually have their own whole entire row, and it fits rather neatly. And then on one of the rows, what we do is we split it. One of the sides here, we split the rows with a road, and then the like side that has 3. We can fit in our flop houses. And so like really anything will work. This is just sort of what I landed on, and so you can see it kind of creates like a cross shape. Like there's how many houses? 12 here, 12 here, only 6 here, and then 12 here, and 3 flop houses, leaving us a very large area in the middle, and all these 4x4s for various buildings. So of course you can make this like an entire one shorter. It would cut down on some of your plazas on the side, get rid of a row of houses, or you could just do a completely different setup. Anything will work. I just kind of quickly came up with all these ideas in the first episode. So there's my quick 2 cents on that. I kind of want to get rid of these shacks here. Why do we have so many people that are homeless? Okay, so let's do a little bit of testing here. If we come here, well off, rich, well off, rich, filthy rich, jeez man. So let's check residential occupancy. And let's go ahead and, this one's got all the rich people in it, right? Yes. So let's pause this house. Stay on residential, or I would like to stay on residential occupancy, but let's see if we can fill in these houses here. So pause. Residential occupancy, let's see if any of these fill in. Not sure about the viability of this decision. Now let's unpause it and hopefully only poor people move in. Check the population, homeless families, a bunch of well-off and rich people now. There's a bunch of well-off housing. They should all find houses. There's definitely enough well-off housing for everyone who can afford it. And then the poor housing, I was hoping that only poor people would move in. It seems like not really. Either way, it was a very smart idea, but I'm not too sure how well it works. I mean, it's fine. Department of Education is now vacant, so let's go fill that back in with our religious candidate. Let's check in on the politics. Haven't checked this in a little bit. Capitalist, religion, they seem to be doing very, very good. We're running low on communists, which is good. Industrialists starting to grow. Conservatives steadily growing. Very, very, very good. Okay. So this gives us access to an entire... Oh, I hate you, nuclear bomb building. This is giving us access to an entire additional city block here for various buildings. So let's go ahead and consider building an army base with a barracks, maybe even a commando garrison. And as a matter of fact, I want to build up a fort and some guard towers. Ooh, this is going to be kind of cool. So what I'm going to do is, let's turn on urban development. I'm going to create a really cool looking little city here. Or not city, but one of these blocks. Okay. So let's do the basic layout that I've been going with. So there's the 4x4. That's too many blue houses in a row. I hate when that happens. Pink, blue, orange, orange, pink all the way at the end here, new pink here, and it would like a blue one here. Okay. Can do blue, pink, pink there, orange here. Okay. So orange, blue, orange, pink, blue, pink. Can do a blue here, and let's do a pink here. Blue, orange, orange, orange. That's fine. Okay. Orange, blue, pink, blue, blue, pink, blue, pink, pink, blue. Which way did I build these? Wow. Did I build these backwards? No, I built these ones in the wrong spot. Okay. Demolish all of this. And then I also want to demolish 2 of these and these ones here. Reason being is that we're going to fit the poor housing here. And our road. Let's build our road on into the center here. Quickly want to try and keep things as orderly as possible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's that. And let's go ahead and do the flop houses real quick, get them out of the way. How exactly did I do these? 2 here and then 1 there. Okay. So we can do 1 here, 1 here, and 1 there. So there's that. We just need a little bit more housing along the side here. Blue, orange, blue, orange, blue, pink, blue, orange, pink, blue. I feel like we're doing too many blues. Okay. So, in case you're curious what I was just talking about when I was talking about the setup, this is the exact setup for all of the housing for one of the little city blocks that I'm making. So you can see that it's like perfectly orderly here. And just being as efficient as possible in terms of all of our spacing. And yeah, so these 4x4s here are the plazas at the ends, which we can build stuff into, and then we can build a bunch of stuff into the center here. So now what I want to do is get away from the nuclear bomb building. I want to make our military base over here, our actual military base. But at the same time, I want to build up something that I think will look kind of neat. And so if we build a fortress here, oh yeah, this is going to be so perfect. So we can build our military fortress here, right? So let's quick build it. Oh, this is absolutely perfect. Max out the budget, which is fine. We'll leave it on man the ramparts. And so modernized weaponry, that's good. But this is the big thing, arsenal. Increases the efficiency of each military and defensive building within the military strength radius. And the reason I was saying this is perfect, because I want to build my military base here, my main one. And as we can see, the fort is actually affecting all of the area where I want to build my military base. So we're going to get arsenal. The fort deploys militia squads when militia is set in the constitution. Very nice. Utility installations doesn't really matter, but I mean, our population's so happy anyways that this isn't too important, but it is nice. So now we can build our actual military buildings out here, the barracks and the army base. And they're going to get a pretty decent size bonus. So let's do this, I believe, and then I want to do some barracks around. Maybe what we can do is 2 like this. And then maybe 1 like that. Build a road up this way. Actually, let's demolish this road and build it like that. Okay. And let's go ahead and throw in some parks in front of these places. Considering the fact that I'm not really planning on building anything else. Oops, wrong one. And there's that. I'll quick build up these just so we can do a little testing. I don't want to quick build the actual army base. It's going to be kind of expensive. So if we check out efficiency, arsenal, 25% bonus. That's really, really cool. Let's go and max out the budget. We can get motorized infantry, special training. I wonder if this building gets efficiency bonus. Oh, I thought it would. That'd be really cool. But anyways, there's our small military base. We have a nuclear bomb. This is going to be like 6 squads of soldiers. Oh, man. And then we'll get 2 tanks if anything ends up happening, which I doubt it will. We're not really doing anything that's going to make anyone upset. Either way, that's going to be a lot of job sites there. And furthermore, the reason I wanted to build this fort here is because of our edict. Good old days. So we get +4, or we get a +4 tourist rating, +3 for each fort, so that brings it up to 7 with our 1 fort. This bonus is going to be capped out at 10, right? Oh, whoa. For each guard tower up to a cap of 17. Good old days. Once it levels up, we can get a higher cap. I did not know that. I wonder if... Let's do a little bit of testing. If you can stack arsenal bonuses, this is going to be absolutely busted. Let's quick build this building and get arsenal. Oh man, don't tell me this works. Oh, of course it doesn't work. Yeah, let's demolish this one for now. Maybe we'll consider building up another fortress somewhere else. But the reason I want to build this fort is because we can get the 10-point bonus right away by building guard towers in each of these corners. It's going to be rather liberty restricting, but population should have no issues dealing with that. I'm going to build them. I don't know which way is the correct way because there's 2 doors and I'm not sure which one's going to actually give us like which door is actually the functional door. So we'll just build them up. We're not going to modernize this. We're going to leave them on guard towers. Okay, so that's very nice. And let's go ahead and start throwing in some other stuff that they can use, like a church here, as well as their very own fire station. Makes sense. And one final thing is going to be, well, we can use like the corners for other buildings as well, right? But what I do want to do is, there was something I was thinking about. Oh yes, our fast food joint. Right there. Let's quick build these buildings. Max out the budget, cat and tree. Max out the budget, shared seats, pompous bells. Max out the budget, free delivery, oil cleaning system. Okay, all this is maxed out, all this is finished. So this center area here, all we gotta do is build up some parks. Oh man. So there's that one. What I'm kind of thinking is something like that with, I guess something like that works. Here we can fit in this one. We have a 2x3 here. And we can kind of keep this symmetrical. I have a cool idea. So there's like the planter boxes on the outside with a bunch of benches on the inside. And then if we do a, not park, but a square, 2x2 square, we can do the one with the soldiers. Yes, this is like the military city block, which is really cool. I really like the way this looks. Okay. So, I just came up with a pretty good idea. Something that could be rather beneficial. So, first things first, we're probably going to want an additional cannery. Reason being is this one's on supply local market, which is giving our groceries a 15% bonus to efficiency. We can get an even higher efficiency, up to 30%, if we get one more cannery, and then all we got to do is search around for all the different food types. So let's quickly try and get all of this done. Cannery number 2. I don't want to build anything over here. It's going to restrict the amount of coconuts that our coconut harvester can harvest. Makes sense. And instead what we can do is build this here. Oh no, that's not really going to be functional. If we did build it here, then right in front of the cannery right here, we wouldn't be able to build this road because roads. Trying to put a cannery here wouldn't allow us to build a road because of course roads can't be one space long. It says too short. That would mean that we wouldn't be able to build a road down on this way. So we're gonna do it here instead, because we can build a road down this way if it's longer than one space. So let's build it to there at least. Let's go ahead and quick build it. This building requires electricity. Luckily we have plenty of that. Turn off a lot of local consumption. Let's max out the budget and change this to supply local market, as well as pick up flash freezer. Yes. Okay. Everything is perfect. So there's all of that. Once this building gets stocked up with goods, then it'll start providing the bonuses to our grocery here. We're not really producing all the different food types. We have pineapple, coconut, corn, canned goods, and bananas. Which means that we need, I believe there's 3 different food types that you can get from ranches and factory ranches, which include, and there you can read it, it says milk, meat. Okay, so milk and meat, but then the milk we're going to need to turn into cheese with a creamery. So let's go ahead and purchase one of these and maybe place it here. Yes, we'll put this on low priority though, so that's just like kind of a placeholder for now. We can build over all the way to the end of this road, and then the main reason that I wanted to build up all of the logging camps and the lumber mill was so that we could produce furniture. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is like literally the space that I wanted to build it on. We're not going to be using this area at all. So let's go ahead and build a park there. Throw in another park here, that's fine. So this industrial area is pretty much completely finished. Let's go and put the furniture factory on high priority. And then I guess as one last hurrah, we can build up a construction office here. I think that fits rather well. So we can do this here. Get a little 2x2, throw it here. Okay, perfection. Let's actually quick build that one though. So there is all of that. Now, what we're going to want to do is get fish and shellfish, because all the grocers are going to need that. And then we can build up our first grocery here. So let's put one here. These people are probably going to want a clinic as well. Let's go through and quickly throw down all of the various parks. Kind of getting lazy with this a little bit. I did have them previously set up much different, but I mean, literally anything will do. So we're going to go ahead and leave it like this. It's going to get some 1x1s. Yeah, that's too lazy. The first park. Kind of what I'm thinking is this might be neat. Like that, like a diagonal. So we could build a park in this area here. Oh man, I hate the nuclear bomb. I'm going to try and move away from this area rather soon so we don't have to hear that no more. What I'm kind of thinking could be neat is that with this, with that. That looks kind of cool. Let's go ahead and quick build these two buildings. We are kind of spending a lot of money, so let's go into actually letting the gameplay forward. This, that, modern diagnostics, anesthetization. We can build up parks in this area here as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Can do a 1x1 there with a 2x2 there. Okay. So we have plenty of space available for additional things. Now, what I'm kind of thinking would be cool is to produce wool and cotton, turn those both into fabrics, and then find a way to produce leather. Maybe we'll build up some tanneries. But the main goal is I want to build up a fashion company right here in the corner of this place. Reason being is that we're stacking all these various bonuses, cat and tree, free delivery, and there's one other, no, just these two. We're getting cat and tree and free delivery on every single house and every single city block. And so if we build a fashion company right here on the corner of one of these, then it's going to allow us to provide yet another bonus. And the reason we're choosing this corner is that it's going to provide the bonus to as many houses as possible. It's going to be affecting like everything in this area here. It says, I believe, in a 12, like a radius 12 circle. Me bad at math. But either way, so we'll, like, as we previously established, these are 17 wide, so you can imagine like most of the way somewhere around here, and then in just a big circle. So it's going to be affecting lots and lots of houses. And then maybe what we can do is any houses that are outside of the circle might bump it up one more. But with that building, the fashion company, all of these houses within the zone should definitely reach over a housing quality of 100 on the medium budget, which is really, really cool. Okay, so we're producing a boatload of coal. Like actually a boatload. Not really worried about it though. We are probably going to start running all of our deposits rather dry pretty quickly soon. Oh, this building's no longer attached to the working economy, so let's do that. And another thing is I haven't really been checking too much on our production buildings, but really I've been only replacing things this episode. But I guess we built up a number of mines recently and more logging camps, so let's go find an area for some Teamsters offices. I mean, I guess I could do them here, and we can do two here. So let's go ahead and quick build these two up. Second highest budgets and second shift on every one of those. Yeah, we quick built this up. Let's max out budget. more hands. Okay, perfect. So we're doing all right here. Plenty of vacant jobs and a decent amount of vacant housing. Nice. So the city block here is a bit more militant than most of the other city blocks. The little suburbs. Lots of soldiers moving through.
They call me the broker.
What I'm curious about is there a way I can change the game speed with key binding? Not sure. Okay. Nice, so the city block's coming together. I do kind of want to get this city block done as well before the end of the episode. So we have coffee, right? Coffee, sugar, and bananas. So all of our buildings over here fully being supplied with our goods, the necessary goods. Sugar. Either way, it's probably time to replace these. So coffee, we don't need coffee, right? So let's demolish it. We don't need rubber, never needed it. We don't need cocoa, not producing chocolate. And let's go ahead and demolish our cotton factories, or our cotton plantation, because we don't really need that one as well. And here we can get this done. And so now, what I'm kind of thinking is, let's count up 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Cool. So it looks like we're going to be able to fit at least one more of these nifty little neighborhoods. And it doesn't look like we'll be able to fit another one here, but I'll build the roads down until they run out of space. And then we'll fill it in anyways as much as possible. And then any extra of these irregular areas here, we'll just fill them in with housing and stuff. I want this entire zone to be completely filled in with as many houses as possible. That is a bit of the end goal. We can do this with show off on all of them. We can electrify all of them. 126, 16,000, fine. Just gotta make sure that we have enough electricity for it, which we should. They only require 3 megawatts, that's pretty good. Generating good rent monies, continuing the growth. Unemployed. Okay, so we fired a bunch of people from all of these plantations, allowing us to have more people for more jobs. So with upgrades, yep, 94. Let's go ahead and consider what our next couple of moves are. I want to do factory ranches. Let's go and unlock them, and let's go ahead and consider a spot for it. Is this our corn? Okay, as a matter of fact, I'm going to build these factory ranches next to the corn plantations. Only makes sense. So here we can do... I kind of would want them a little bit further away from the population. Because I don't know if you've ever been next to a factory ranch in real life, but they kind of stink. I feel like they should decrease the housing quality nearby. Either way, we can do cattle. We can do cattle. This is fine because it's going to give us the meat, which we don't have yet. It's going to give us hides, which we can turn into leather. So that seems like a pretty good decision. Factory ranches produce way more goods than the normal ranches, so let's do one there. Sheep, this is going to give us wool and milk, so let's do this one here. And I don't think we really need anything else. Eventually, way later in the future, we might. Let's go ahead and get green waste chopper on these 4 buildings here. They're going to save us money over time, and way in the future, it'll actually start netting us some good money. Max out the budget. Veterinary vaccination on both of them. We can do manure fertilizer on this one, giving this corn plantation a nice bonus. And sheep conveyor. Nice. Okay. So these buildings here are done. And this is going to be nice. And immediately, because we built it next to our corn plantations, someone just drove over and quickly threw in some corn. Really, really nice. So now we're producing meat, hides, wool, and milk. Okay, so let's start. We can just quick build up our creamery here. Max out the budget, turn off allow local consumption. Butter churner, I mean, it's whatever. Ripening refrigerator. This is a really, really nice upgrade. One of the best upgrades probably in the game. Reason being is that for just some electricity, it increases input, or the output. So that's just literally like free goods for a little bit of electricity. Like, you don't need to put more in it, you don't need to increase the budget, like nothing. Just a little bit of electricity is all. And you just get 25% more, which is really, really, really good. Definitely very, very efficient. So now we have a bunch of various goods. Starting to get meat for all of our groceries. Starting to get milk as well as cheese here. And then now we're producing wool and hides. So let's go ahead and deal with the hides now. Go to industry and let's go to tannery. If there was any other spots down here, I don't want to use this spot like I previously established. If there's any other spot, I would use it. I don't really want to have them like haul the goods too far. I mean, I'll use this space here, I guess. Let's go ahead and quick build it. We have the money for it. Max out the budget. We can do crumb tanning is probably fine. Scent spray, screw it. The more the better. Increases efficiency by 50%. Pollution is increased by 100 and upkeep increased by 100. We don't really need that. So this should be fine. 4640 hide input. And one single factory ranch has double that. So that means that we could probably get an additional tannery. And this one I guess we'll throw up here. Go ahead and quick build again. Max out budget. Crumb tanning, scent spray. Very nice. Okay, so that is all taken care of. We're producing leather, milk, meat, cheese, and wool. So what I want to do is actually start getting the wool and combining it with cotton to produce cloth here. So we're going to need the cotton. So let's go find another plantation and let's go ahead and choose cotton. I guess maybe we can use this area here. Seems fine. They're like just not able to fit here. Okay. If this works, then we're gonna go with this spot here. I'm not sure how many plantations and stuff we're gonna need of each things. So let's do some other considerations. We have coffee. And we have all the food types, right? Sugar, sugar, banana, coffee. Corn, corn, corn. Pineapples. Yes, we have like everything. We have all the food types. We're producing, additionally, I think just coffee and sugar, right? So cotton, I don't want to build just like straight up 4 cotton plantations. So let's do cotton with something else. Maybe tobacco, and we can set up some, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So let's do cotton. Build it up over here just as far as I can. 2 cotton, and let's do 2 tobacco. Now all that matters is that we're able to build a road here. We are. Okay, perfect. Let's quick build all of this. Max out the budgets. For the tobacco, we can do extensive fertilization. Just flat 50% bonus to efficiency. Really, really good. These guys need a road. Oh, we have room for 1 additional plantation, so maybe we'll end up doing that. Let's check out the cotton ones. Mechanization increases upkeep, increases job quality. I guess we can do that. And let's do almost free of nature for these guys. Okay. So there is all of that. That's really nice. So now we're producing cotton, tobacco. So this leaves us room for 2 industry buildings now. We can now produce the textile mill, right? So we can do the textile mill, and then we can do a cigar factory. And because we're making the textile mill and we previously set up the tanneries, we can also do a fashion company. So let's do the fashion company now and put it on low priority. Oops, people are already on their way to do it. Either way, let's go ahead and set that up, and let's consider where we can set up a textile mill. I mean, maybe we can build some new stuff over here in this general area. Maybe we'll use this for a couple more industry buildings. This area, I mean. Here seems fine, so let's go ahead and do that. And what I kind of want to do is, I mean, I do want to do this. I want to set these all up with all of their housing, and then I would want to go through and pause it, but it might be kind of annoying to sit here and watch me pause like 30 buildings in a row. So we'll leave it for now. So textile mill, cigar factory. Ooh, and the cigar factory fits perfectly there. Neat. So we have that. The fashion company's set up. Okay, so everything is checking out. But what I do want to do is, let's go ahead and build up. Yeah. Let's go ahead and build up just a little bit. So there's the 4x4 one. Oops. 3, 4 is supposed to go there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Demolish that. Press play and rebuild. Okay, that's fine. Alrighty, so there is all of that set up. Let's go ahead and set up their road, which is going to be here, and we're counting in 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The trees got in my way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, perfect. So there's that. And additionally, I guess we can count in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So now a lot of the stuff is coming together. Very, very, very good to see. We're going to need another bus station, like another couple of bus stations somewhere around here. I believe we only have 2 bus stations that are delivering people into and picking them up from neighborhoods. I'm going to go ahead and pause the fashion company for now. Cool. That was a lot of progress made rather quickly. Pretty content. Oh, so you know what? We're doing so well. Let's go ahead and do a fish farm. 2 of them, actually. So we'll do one on fish and change the other one to shellfish, but I do kind of want it in a better looking spot. Maybe we can do something like that and build a road down here. Okay, this leaves us with a little bit of room here for potentially something else, maybe something like another furniture factory there, and then maybe just a park or whatever. But either way, that's nice. So let's go ahead and quick build our fish farms, max out their budgets. They don't have local consumption turned on, increases production, bigger tanks, sure. Increases production for some electricity, that's fine. And that's everything. So now we have fish, shellfish. We almost have every single food type we need. Juice, a juicery. And luckily we have all of the goods for a juicery. Spending a lot of money rather quickly, so I do kind of want to chill out on it for a bit. But either way, so let's do that. And also what I kind of want to do is build up public services, waste treatment facilities in each of the industrial zones. And then maybe, so like real quick, I'll show you the difference. If we were to build one here, as you can see, this building, the blue circle around it, it barely reaches to this area here, the center of this block, right? But if we come through and look at a garbage dump, let's see how much further it reaches. As you can see, it reaches all the way through that entire neighborhood. So that's kind of the difference there. And yeah, that's way different, like twice the range. But the thing is that this building's going to produce its own pollution, which isn't great. But either way, well, let's check in on pollution. I haven't really checked it out. Okay, so, I mean, these areas aren't too bad. I kind of have a feeling that we're going to be running into issues with hauling goods about. Maybe not, though. yeah, let's go ahead and set up, well, let's give it a bit of time here. Let's go in times 4 speed, let things even out for a bit. That was a lot of additions very, very quickly. Let's go ahead and, as a matter of fact, come into our trade menu, goods and prices, and let's uncheck certain things that we are going to want to keep on the island. Stuff that we are going to be turning into other goods. So we can turn off hides, right? We want to turn all of our hides into various goods. Same thing with tobacco. We can sell the fish. Let's keep the planks. Let's keep the cotton, logs. Let's keep the coffee because we're going to turn that all into canned goods. We can sell the corn, I guess. The coal's probably fine to sell as well. I could turn off milk to guarantee that we're turning it all into cheese, which is probably definitely the move. A few other things. Let's not sell the sugar. Make sure that all turns into rum. Wool we can turn off. Make sure it turns into textiles, eventually into apparel. Let's turn off the cloth as well as leather. And that's it. Okay. Cool. So things are looking up. Lots and lots of progress, lots and lots of efficiency. Everything's turning out very, very well. And this final build is going to be something kind of cool, I think. It's going to look like a fairly decent sized city. Get away from the nuke. A fairly decent sized city, and yeah, I really like it. This is kind of like an idea that I've had for a long time. Whenever I first really started trying to learn this game and get good at it, this is something kind of similar to the way that I would build. That was like 2 years ago now. Wow, it's crazy how time flies, man. But what I would do is imagine these city blocks here, the corners, but they would stretch all the way down. And I would build up houses all along those zones there. And then I'd get or not houses, sorry, that would be for all the different buildings. And that was my first way that I really tried to, what's it called? Build up the cities. I think whenever I do the actual missions, I'll do builds that are a bit less flourishy than this, potentially stuff that I used to do, and just some other things like that. Electronics on the downtrending. We're just making so much money, man. This build is so efficient. This right here, I think, is a good build for a beginner. It's very, very simple, very, very neat. You're generating a lot of consistent money. Everyone's happy. You don't need to worry about super complex mechanics of anything, even though this game, honestly, isn't that complex. Pretty simple game. But this build here is definitely pretty good. What are we missing still for our buildings here? Furniture and rum are being sold. That's cool. And we just need juice and fish for this one. This one's almost got everything it needs. Right, there's no fish. Yes, that's really, really, really cool. So we come over here, fish farm. Look at that. And there's that one. Another really funny idea I had is, I'm not so sure if you've ever seen Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, but I thought it'd be funny to do. It'd be kind of I could probably build this in just one series, or one episode or 2 episodes, but an island where the only thing they do is have a bunch of fishermen's wharfs, and then a couple of canneries to get the upgrade. Oh yeah, you don't even need to get an upgrade for them, but I just thought it'd be funny to do an island build where they fish and then turn the fish into canned goods, and that's it. I forget where he lives. Flint, I think, is the main character's name. But I always thought that'd be kind of funny. Let's go ahead and max out this budget here. We can do workshop expansions, fine. We don't need fine fabric rolling. 10% efficiency for, well, I guess we can do it. That's a lot of electricity to spend on this building, though. But unified weaving feeder. So if you're setting up your own textile mill, you don't really need both cotton and wool, but doing so is going to allow you to get 15% more goods out of it, which previously, whenever I was talking about the ripening fridges over here for the place that makes the cheese creamery, just getting like free goods is like always going to be really worth. So unified weaving feeder uses both wool and cotton as long as both are available. So that means if like cotton runs out, then the building turns off, right? Even though you might have wool. So you need both of them for this, but it's going to increase output by 15%. So that's just like 15% more cloth for free. Not for free, but well, I guess yeah, for free, as long as you have everything running rather well. So that's a really good bonus. Here's our juicery: max out budget, turn off local consumption. Banana and pineapples, I guess that's fine. Juiceries are really cool because there's a bunch of different work modes here, allowing you to kind of specialize. Like if you come in here to your trade goods, sorry, not trade goods, to your resource overview, you can sort by the amount of stuff. Like double click this to sort by amount and make sure the arrow's pointing down. You'll see what you have the most, like what you have a lot of. And as you can see here, we're producing 23,000 units of coal roughly in, what is this, 2 years? 24,000 units of coal in 2 years, and we're only consuming 4,000 of that in our coal, what is that building called? Our coal power plants. So we're selling most of this, which this, like, I kind of suspected this is how it was, but I didn't know it was that bad. So what we should do is set up real quick, because the coal's not selling for a lot anyways. It's not adding too much to our profits, you know. So what we can do is try our best to find a decent location for this. And as a matter of fact, screw it. What we're going to do is let's just demolish this, and we'll find a better spot for a coconut harvester. Let's go ahead and quick build this warehouse. And what we can do is change this to coal. I'm not going to change this any further past that, or get additional like slots for like all coal. Later on, whenever I feel like, well, we might need something else like kept here as well. If we're overproducing something, like say we're overproducing sugar or just whatever, we'll have additional slots here. And if we end up producing way too much coal, like if we fill this out completely, then I'll start changing these to coal as well. But for now, 10,000 units of spare coal, probably going to be all right. So let's go through trades and goods and prices. Let's find coal and turn that off as well. Cool. Yeah, like it's not selling for a lot anyways. We're selling a lot of it, but it'd probably be better to keep it on the island. So that way we can turn it into steel and whatnot. Maybe we should do the same thing with iron. Let's go and see how we're doing on iron. Click here, resource overview, and let's scroll on down to iron. Yep, exactly. Almost the chart's almost exactly the same. Watch it change. Yes. So that means roughly the same thing. We're producing a lot of coal, but we're just selling all of it. Or iron and coal. We're producing a lot of these, and then we're just selling it. So what we should do is put one of these on iron as well, and then turn off iron exports. Go into the trade menu, goods and prices, find iron. So we're turning off iron, and so that means that we're going to have extra iron and coal, which we can turn into steel. Makes sense. So let's go find a steel mill. And we'll definitely, like, always have enough, right? Because we just seen the charts. We're producing a lot of extra coal and iron. So what we could do is, that is 80 megawatts of electricity, but oh, decreases coal consumption by 50%, but we have so much coal, it doesn't really matter. But that's something that I never really focused on. I thought it was a 50%. I thought it was a bonus to efficiency for electricity. That's not the case though. It's a bonus to, well, I guess, a reduction in coal consumption for electricity, which is really good if you're kind of like, if you want to conserve as much of your coal as possible, but we're not really worried about that now. Maybe what we can do is top gas recycling. That would probably be best, considering the fact that our population lives like right next to these steel mills, so we don't want too much pollution near them. Of course, they are going to start dying. Okay, but this video is definitely getting, if not further than its hour-long benchmark. So, the building consumes both cloth and leather to produce a barrel, increases wages by 200 and job quality by 20%. I mean, we can do that because that was kind of like the point why I wanted both leather and cloth. So there's that factory outlet. Look at that. So all of these houses are going to get a 5% bonus to efficiency. Everything within 12 grids, like I said, a 12. Yeah, exactly what I said. Production decreased by 1. That's fine. So factory outlet. Ready? Let's see what it does. 100. Look at that. Sometimes I think I'm just so smart, man. Let's do show off on all of these. Everything should have electricity, but they don't. Let's go find a random building that doesn't have it. We're probably going to need some electricity sometime relatively soon. But I overbuilt a bit of houses there, but that's okay. Yeah, so I'm really happy with this. Look at this, 100 housing quality evenly, and we're still getting like a very good amount of budget out of these buildings. So let's check residential occupancy. Let's choose a house that's full. We're spending, this is like almost as good as you could do it. The only thing that you could do right off the top of my head, the only thing that I can imagine is building one additional building, which is a metro station. Oh, I never built up the police stations now I think about it. Let's check on how many special. Oh, no. We have a lot of criminals. We're going to need to set up some stuff for criminality. That'll be hopefully the next thing I do next. Like the first thing I do in the next episode. Sometimes I can't talk. But this is like a pretty good moment. This is like a highlight of this series. It might not be the most obvious of things, but we're stacking a lot of modifiers, which is why I like, why I name my channel that, because I love stacking modifiers, right? So we're stacking all these different modifiers to just get the most out of this. So if we were to manage to get all of these modifiers onto all of the houses, then we'd just be generating so much money from the rent. So we're spending $17 a month, and we're collecting $54 a month off of these. So massive profit margin, right? On top of that, they're getting the highest housing quality that they can attain. So it's just really cool. Like this is like a perfectly good closed system here. However, this video is definitely stretching into, oh, I hate you, nuclear bomb. Definitely stretching into as long as I really want to have it be. Let's watch this fire get put out. Here we go. But, I mean, made lots of progress and everything is working out very, very well for us. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to leave a like. And if you want to follow along with future Tropico 6 series like this, then be sure to subscribe. Peace.